a lot of newspapers have folded over the years, and they generally do a black laden, heavy black lined final issue, goodbye or whatever. To have it, it almost seems cruel just to have it disappear in this kind of a fashion.
I mean, still, just good riddance. It was a trashy tabloid paper, and not like ours, but if it's replaced by something, maybe it'll be replaced by something better, and maybe this new blood of the Metro, fingers crossed, but I'm pessimistic, could be a chance to start again under maybe a new approach to journalism in Halifax.
I don't think it's obviously as sophisticated as the Chronicle Herald was, but I also think that it engaged a lot of youth presence, like the fact that you could comment on stories. Like I know a lot of people that never really paid attention to local news or to Halifax papers, but really engaged in those comments, and I think that that's better than not engaging.
So at least local news, and this is what everybody says they want. Every newspaper survey I've ever seen. What do you want in the paper? More local news. So what do most news organizations not give people? Local news. And I think they want to know what's going on at City Hall. They want the 15th to 20th to 30th story about the cat bylaw. They do want to know what's going on in their town because it affects them. Who covers school boards anymore? What could be more important to us as citizens than our children being educated properly? Its function in terms of informing us, making us better citizens. All the Britney Spears shaved head stories in the world aren't going to help us decide who to vote for if there's an election called, if the government falls this spring, right? Newspapers play a big role in that. The point is, one voice, even if you don't try to control what's said, it just means there's no check and balance. That's what's worrisome. If one paper decides this isn't a story and there's no other paper to decide it is, then the story doesn't get done. We're coming into a civic election. Will we have one major paper that may endorse one candidate? Is that fair? Should there be, will there be this kind of open debate? What you would hope is that the Herald would look at this not as an opportunity to relax, but as a challenge to step up and become better.
We're still making money, just not as much as they would have liked, right? And if it was an independent, maybe they wouldn't be after as much money.
Well, Transcontinental didn't go out of business, and according to the bottom of their press release, they still have 15,000 employees around the world, right? So I don't think it was a matter, this wasn't going to drain the company down, but obviously if you have too many properties that aren't pulling their weight, it does affect. So the compartment that was the Daily News, I assume there was some problem.
My news, I usually go to CBC Radio or BBC Online or NPR. And I think that those are great news sources. And we have so much opportunity there. And maybe if we started publicly funding newspapers, that could be the way to go. Instead of thinking about it as how do we get our money from this equation.
Where's the attempt to step back and go, well, hey, wait a minute now. This isn't just selling widgets. It's contributing to civic life of your community.